Let me see if I could get hold of Alice.
Okay. So this is December 6th, 2020, the NACOPRO December meeting and member meeting and board elections.
Let's see if we can get, I just sent Alice a message. If not, we can, if no further nominations come, we can present ourselves as a slate and continue for another year. And then we could follow up with the recording and with asking for an endorsement. We don't need to vote.
I see.
In other words, if there are if there aren't two people running for a position, we don't need to vote because by default, that person can, take the position.
I'm wondering if we want to just go over what the slate is in case anybody does watch this later on, that they'll,
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. So let me just start with a quick welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I know these are the best of times and the worst of times. So we have some things to celebrate as well as some things that make us want to cry. But there's always a silver lining. So I'm going to waive this thing about the silver lining until a little bit later. But because all of us except for Marisol talk a lot and get to do that, I'm going to, with your permission, ask Marisol to share one little thing that can be symbolic of a silver lining during these crazy times, because we know all the bad stuff.
I really think, I definitely, I know Thanksgiving was a very different Thanksgiving from all other Thanksgivings, right? So I think it brought me to realize pleasure and happiness in simple things. I mean, I have to say, whenever I'm feeling like, oh gosh, exhausted, I just really am so grateful. I feel for the people who have experienced COVID very close to home, who have lost others, people who don't have employment, who, there's just so many challenging things that are happening. I hope none of you are experiencing those challenges, those deep challenges. And I personally have to say that I feel very lucky that I have my health and my family and a shelter, for sure.
Have a lot of blessings, for sure.
I absolutely, So it makes me realize the things that we often take for day to day, granted. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to take the liberty of just giving a very brief overview that, as you know, the national has gone virtual. I mean, the NACOPRO has gone virtual, including the national, and that we have been trying to focus on online events. We have had 3, I think it's 3, with our first vice president, Marjorie, taking the lead and making sure that, everything gets done. And we have an agenda for not just this year, but for next year that's tentative in case, the new board, whoever it is, wants to continue. I think I have to applaud Marjorie in that because it's our last meeting of the year, and except for the parranda, of course. And I think Gloria has really done amazing work in making us more socially, on social media, to make us more visible with the accounts that she has set up, with the Facebook, and with the what's the other one? I forget the names of all of them. Instagram, and I mean, just really a lot of great work, and following Marisol, the foundation you laid on our website. So I think it's growing and it's getting better, and everybody's kind of learning on the job. As we go, we're all learning to be more savvy with this technology. Marie has been working really hard to get our member list set up and our meetings and our agendas. And I think, and Sonia has been trying to keep us, legal and good with all of the funding and the money. So I think the board, despite the circumstances, has moved forward in a really positive way. And we'll have a chance, if we have a few minutes after the election, to share that, especially uh, uh, the upcoming parranda, which I don't know, Marisol, if you can make it. It's going to be fun. It'll be on the 13th. And Anna has agreed to play the guitar, and we'll lay kind of the format out for everyone of how that will be done. But we think at least it will help us to connect visually and to be able to share some songs, and to, if people cook on their own and eat something while we're on there. I think it'll be fun, even for your mom, Marisol, if she can, be listening to the music. I think she'll enjoy it. So, if with your permission, we can discuss the election. I want to make sure that we open up the election to see if there's anyone who wants to run for any of the positions. Marie sent all of the positions descriptions via email, and I also have them here. I copied them. And I don't think you could see that, right? Have to stop and start again.
Lisa!
Yay! This is it!
We got seven, we just need one more.
Yeah, and Grisel, I see Grisel is on there. Grisel and Nilsa, and then there's some people on phones. So,
Oh my God, who do you have? Can you
Well,
see?
welcome everybody.
Yeah.
If we
Oh,
can't
so
see
glad.
you, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for joining us. I see Grisel. Yay! Hello, hello, welcome.
So we have three.
Yeah.
We're
So,
beyond eight.
hello.
Yeah, I was running late. I had to go to urgent care.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
was supposed to be back before 3, but of course,
Oh gosh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's I'm getting old. I have arthritis.
Oh, okay.
Aren't we all?
Okay, yeah, we're with you, dear. And then we have a 949 number. If that person can identify themselves.
This is Sol.
Sol! Hello,
Sol,
vida. Sol de mi vida.
All right, wonderful.
It took me a little while because I was looking for the link and I figured it out. I just pressed some button and then they gave me a phone number.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
great.
we got
I
everybody now.
think we lost. Did we lose Marie?
No.
How
Say
come I
no.
don't see you? Oh, so I must be I have another page. I have to.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay. So, I don't know if you all were able to catch the intro, because I don't know at what point you came on, but I had the agenda up, and basically what we did was just to welcome everybody. Thank you all, and we just took a second to share one little silver lining, to during this crazy times that we have experienced, and to thank you, for your participation and your support. And our board has been trying really hard to do some online events and meetings, but we understand that we don't have, we have some people that can stay on till 4, but we have Marisol Resach is a member who has to leave at 3:30. So we thought if we could go on with the election, at least we could take care of that before she had to get off, because we needed to have a quorum. We hope we could have a quorum, and we do. So
thank you.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. So up on the chart is just a brief description that Marie had sent to everyone of the positions, and I wrote a little note. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
I wrote a little note that the nominations were the elections were open via email, and we asked anybody who was interested to submit a nomination or to nominate themselves, and Marie verified that no one had done so. We can open up the election also from the floor. The board, our bylaws stipulate that ideally a member should be uh, involved or active for a year before becoming involved with the board. But under certain circumstances, like in cases we've had in the past, we've waived that. But if we get no one at this point to to be nominated or to nominate, then we can go with the slate. The slate is the current board right now. I am serving as president. Marjorie Patton is serving as um, first vice president, and we have Gloria San Miguel, who is second vice president. Marie Nubia Feliciano is serving as secretary, and Sonia Lamas is serving as treasurer. So I will scroll down just to show you some of the responsibilities. Basically, the president presides at all meetings and participates in all of the different aspects of the organization and with all of the different board members, and also represents the organization with the National Board of Directors, um, and helps to authorize the disbursement of funds according to the budget decisions that are approved by the executive board. The first vice president plays a really important role in taking over in case of the absence of the president, or in particular, all of the activities that have to do with the organization. There, that individual is the one who handles the calendar of events and to manages all of the different activities for the organization. The second vice president, and I mentioned earlier that if you weren't on, that Marjorie Patton has done that, in an excellent manner this year, where we've actually been able to engage in several major events online that have surpassed the attendance that we've ever had because they've been online. So we've actually got people from all over the United States who have been in, I don't know if some of you I knew participated in the first event that Marie organized, that had helped to organize, which was and participated in, which had to do with Afro-Boricuas y tu abuela, and the issues that Afro-Boricuas engage or deal with on a daily basis. And that was, Marie can tell us how many people participated in that briefly. That was very well attended, and it's online through YouTube. Marjorie Patton participated in, and all of us in some degree participated in Taste to Tenacity for the celebration of the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage. And then we held a Hispanic heritage, Puerto Rican heritage event online that is also now on our website and on YouTube, where we talked about different cultural elements that influence our Puerto Rican culture. Our next event has to do with just celebrating Christmas, and we're planning on the 13th to have that virtually. So we're hoping that all of you can participate with us, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. The second vice president takes care of all of the matters having to do with public relations and promotions, and helps with recruitment and distributing information to the field. And Gloria has also done an excellent job in that regard, helping us this year through the virtual avenues that have been open to us. The treasurer maintains a record of all of the monies that are raised and spent, and keeps us legal. And we have been able to deal with the state of California to make sure that we have all of our papers in place as a nonprofit, and to also report to the national um, in regards to our budget and to pay our dues, our national dues. And the secretary keeps all of the records for the meetings and makes sure that our members are informed, and corresponds with our members on behalf of the board. Those are the major responsibilities. And of course, they're modified depending on what's happening. Like this year has been unusual, but we open it up because, we can continue, as I said, as we are, or we can add or change depending if anybody is interested. So I think there's a chat going on. I don't want to make sure I didn't miss anything that anybody said.
This is just welcomes.
Okay.
And someone is having problems with the internet. I think Grisel.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. So this has been an unusual year, as you know, and so we want to make sure that that we try to continue to keep the organization vibrant and alive, because it is such an unusual time. So some things have happened, like we've had to postpone our scholarship event, and But the good news is that we are continuing with our Coquito fundraising and we're doing well with that. So if any of you want to order a Coquito, that's another thing we can do. But in keeping with the elections, we want to make sure, is there anybody who is interested at this point in nominating someone for a position? We open it up, we'll open the floor for that.
I think because we're virtual, it might be good to just ask one by one, just to be sure, because there's so many challenges, or via chat.
Yeah, let me see what I'm not seeing everybody right now. Where is everybody?
Yeah, you need to go on gallery view.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
on
I am. Here I am.
There's
Yeah, I
everybody.
am. I got it now.
Yeah, the individuals, but
Thanks.
if
Yeah,
I may,
yeah, we can do that. We can, because of, that's a good suggestion, Marisol. If we want to, we can go one by one and say, if any nominations, and if they want to continue with the slate and also continue with the current board, that would be another recommendation. So I'm going to open it up. So I want to start with our members rather than with our board. So we can start with Marisol.
yeah, I nominate, or I since nobody expressed interest, and unless someone today does, I am fine with the current board as they are, and eager to support and
Okay.
help however I can.
Thank you. Nilsa?
Yes, I was gonna second that. This year, since I've been a year already a member, almost a year, what I'm more interested in supporting or helping out. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more active now that I know what's going on. But I really strongly suggest that we keep the same format and the members and the leadership until next year.
Okay, Grisel? One of our newest members, you're muted.
Trying to log in. I'm trying to log in also with my Mac, but it's not working.
There you are.
Okay. I don't know if you can even see me. I
Yeah.
can't see myself.
We
Okay,
can hear
good.
you.
Okay, good. Since I'm new, I think if everyone is doing a great job so far, this is my first meeting, and I'll vote with the majority, whatever the majority feels is necessary to do.
Okay, thank you, Grisel. And Sol?
I think we have an excellent slate, and I vote for that whole slate that you mentioned.
Okay, so now I'll turn to our board members to see if they were interested in continuing with their positions. Marjorie?
Sure, I will be happy and honored to continue.
Gloria?
Yes, same. I can continue doing my responsibilities.
Marie?
Yes, I'd be more than happy to continue as secretary. Absolutely.
And my sister, who I dragged into this.
Yes, I will be more than happy to continue. Thank you.
All right, well, it sounds like we have then an election completed by endorsement.
There's a necklace.
Which I thank you. I agree to also serve. However, as many of the members know, it is always my interest to move along the organization and to recruit others to serve in these capacities in the future. But because of COVID, I figured this year almost didn't happen. It's like it just whooshed right by us. And so a real year will be hopefully next year. So we hope to grow. And those of you who are new members by then would have been a year and may be interested in a position and holding a position, which would be just wonderful. So thank you for your endorsement. We work very well together, and we've had, I think, a great year despite the craziness. And so that was wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't leave because we haven't finished our meeting, but I wanted to make sure we at least got you know, Marie got the record down that,
Marisol
that
gotta get
we
up.
were able to finish the election. Hmm?
Marisol have to get up at it's 3:30.
Okay,
She's
so
Yeah,
Marie-
I was waving. I wanted to come because of the election. I know that it's hard to get quorum and that's really important and
Thank you
wanted to
Appreciate
be
so
here to
much.
support. I have it on my calendar for the parranda. I'm really looking forward to my mom participating. Actually,
Yes,
to be
yes.
quite honest, if it was live, she probably wouldn't go this year. So there's a silver lining for me.
Here's another one.
Yeah. The things I just wanted to mention prior to leaving, and we can follow up, so please don't feel that we have to have a conversation. I would like to reach out about the website, and I already have. I know that Marie, I think, and Gloria, we're going to get together to iron a few things out, and I'm more than happy to help. I hope you both received the opportunity that you're both now able to edit, right, your editors on it. Perfect. So I think we just need to go over some of the formatting. And then the other question, I wanted to make sure that we paid my dues, my mom and I know we had started saying that dues were going to be due. I think we started talking
December,
about like,
January.
Yeah,
Yeah, January.
right.
Gonna talk
So
about-
I didn't know what was in the works for that, but after this meeting, if we could just maybe just send me a text or whatever. So if I need to go and pay, I will do so. I don't want to get lost in the email.
Yeah.
Right, I was gonna talk a little bit about that, but yeah,
Okay.
December would be perfect.
December through
And-
January, we were thinking, right? So that it gives
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure where we were on that. It's kind
I
of a
think
funky year, but
Marjorie's
all
already
right.
paid, and yeah, we could do
Yeah,
All
that.
right,
I
guys.
say the only waived people would be like those of you who've just signed up, like Rochelle, who's just so brand new
Right.
and has
No.
paid, you know, recently, like in November, I think. So
And
that would be
Nicole-
waived. And
Sol's already
Nicole.
paid, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I have some people already.
Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Marisol. We wish you
Thank you,
a
Marisol.
happy holiday. We can't wait to see you next week.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. And say
Yeah.
hi, give a
All
big
right.
kiss to your
You
mom
got it.
for us, okay?
I will, absolutely. Take
Okay.
care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.
All right, so I'm gonna bring up the agenda again, so that way you can hear from more than just me. We have, oops, yeah. Oh, are you seeing the agenda right now?
Yes, we are. Mhm.
Oh, good, perfect. So, is there anybody else who would just briefly like to share like a little silver lining during this time, like something our members can say that, you know, in just very briefly, that they could say despite the difficult times we've had, that there has been something positive you've experienced?
Can I say something? This is Sol.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you can't see me, I know that. But because of your donation and of your support through the years, Cafecito's Hope was able to collect over $3,000 for the Susan G. Komen virtual walk.
That's
And
wonderful.
and the way we did it was that we had a virtual, what do you call it, raffle. So I donated a big Mexican flavored basket of different things, and we had no problem selling the tickets at $25 each. So it was really interesting. So
That's awesome.
thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Oh, thank you. So I'm so happy you've continued with that. We appreciate that work.
Yeah, I still have my little charla, so if anybody knows a lady that needs some support or just be able to talk to somebody or has questions, they could always call me.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you know, so mentioning that, I know somebody that my granddaughter told me that this lady came to her and she was very stressed out because she just got diagnosed. And so I mentioned, I know Cafecito are the women primarily, I know they're Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Hispanism, but I told her, of course, that, you know, I didn't know, I know that she was looking for a support group. That's
Right. There is, you know, ours is one of, I think in Orange County, the only one that's in Spanish. So,
but this
but, you
lady
know.
doesn't speak Spanish. That's I'm
Okay.
like at the opposite end, you
Yeah.
know? She was just
Okay,
looking.
so if she is,
Yeah.
if she needs somebody to talk to, she can talk to me, and
Thank
I'll go over some items. But also, whatever hospital she's going to, getting her chemotherapy or surgery, they do have support groups. But nowadays, most of them are doing it by phone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Okay, would somebody else like to share? Thank you, Sol.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Would somebody else like to share? You could just jump right in. How about Nilsa or Grisel?
No, my only silver lining is that I don't know how to say this, but I've been able to really grow ajíes dulces.
Oh my God, really?
What is
Ají dulce. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She's been able to grow ají dulce.
Oh,
Pero la semilla.
Hey, that's a biggie.
Yes.
oh, Dios mío.
So you could give us a class on that one.
Yeah, so I've been, right now I'm setting up another greenhouse because I'm so excited. Malanga.
Get out.
Oh my
Bien.
God.
Oh
You know,
my
everybody's become a
God.
little bit of a farmer now, right?
I made three, I made 3 docenas de pasteles and alcapurrias, and I froze them. So I've been, very reaching out to my Borinqueña roots and
Very
trying to
good.
job.
Excellent.
for my abuela, but I've been very successful. So that's a silver lining.
That is.
Rat race, you stop back and you stay home and then you kind of dig in. But those pasteles de yuca came out. I could only freeze 6 because the rats were eaten. So that's
Oh,
good.
no. I've been looking for, because I know Marie usually doesn't, but I was looking for if someone knew that if they were selling pasteles, themselves, I would be more than happy to buy some. So if anybody knows of somebody that's selling pasteles, let me know.
I belong to several Facebook groups for Borinqueños, and you see always a posting. I live in this area. Anybody selling pasteles? I can't find anybody around my Glendales. They're Cubans,
No.
Americanos.
No.
But,
All right. Well, food is always a good thing, right? And we've all become cooks during the COVID.
My silver lining is
I don't think I've ever cooked so much in my entire life. So
In my 43 years of being married, I have not cooked so much.
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
how about you, Grisel? A silver lining.
My silver lining is that I survived the move over COVID, an unexpected move. The place where we were living on Balboa Island went on sale, and within a month we moved, and I had to furnish the whole new place with new furniture, which has been kind of exciting, but it has been a challenge running around and getting deliveries, and we did it, and we're settled in and dressing up for the holidays. So I don't think I would have had the time to do that in the timely manner that I did had it not been for COVID and the restrictions that I had on other responsibilities. So I'm thankful for that. And also for Thanksgiving, I was able to put a meal together with my grandkids and my sons and my mom and my husband and I, and we fed about 20 homeless at a park just randomly. We all cooked. Everybody contributed something to the Thanksgiving dinner the Monday before. We social distance and packed up the each dinner, 20 dinners, drove to a park, the whole family, and we made 20 people really happy.
That's great. That's great. Gloria has been talking about restarting a short newsletter, and those little stories like that are really great for us to put up. So if you want to put a little paragraph or 2 together and send it to her,
Okay.
we can share on our social media.
Okay.
And the same thing with Sol's activity. If Sol, you could write a paragraph or 2, and even Nilsa, we could call it the silver lining, and talk about your ají dulce and your pastel.
Yeah, I like that idea.
How about our members, our board members? Anything to share?
I could share my, I went, actually people know I live in Temecula, so I'm in the wine, where all the wines are grown in Temecula. And I went a wine tasting and I met this gentleman and he was a cancer survivor. And even though he's gone through, I mean, out of the clear blue sky, he was diagnosed and he's doing much better. This is the guy that was taking care of us. But he said that, you know, he felt really bad for the people. He always likes to bring little gifts to the people that are at the center. So would understand where you get your chemo. And so it was so good to me because I mean, just like, you know, thinking about feeding the people in Thanksgiving, I wanted to do something extra. And so he told me he has like 10 to 12 people. So I, you know, I've arranged for him. I'm going to make 10 to 12 gift bags with jewelry and stuff like that that I have. And I'm going to have him bring them over to the center. I don't want to do that himself. I think it should come from him. You know, he's the one that knows these people. So that was a wonderful, I told him night, I was so excited. It was a wonderful feeling for me to be able to do something like that because of COVID. You know, you don't know where you could cross the line to see people and all that. So I think this way I could put my gift schedule, make me feel great, and then it'll give him the credit. But what I thought was just so wonderful that I came across him accidentally this way. That was like God sent.
Wow.
Anyway,
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent, excellent.
How about you, Gloria?
Um, for me, it's just being
Your husband. Yeah.
definitely closer with my family, with my sons who are young adults, and you know, they're kind of away. So that has been nice too. I also like how we have reinvented ourselves to do things differently. I think that's something that I have enjoyed of all this COVID time frame. So I think there's always a blessing on things that happen for some reason, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I just want to say, I think Marie put the flyer for the coquito on the chat. So if anybody's interested, it's there.
Okay,
We
thank
have a
you.
lot to talk. Yeah.
Thank
into
you.
that,
And
yeah.
Marjorie?
Well, I would say that the silver lining would have been getting to be at home and having time for myself and to do things like this, participate, learn, expose myself even more. It's a growth opportunity. So yeah, I yeah, I guess we've been blessed at home as well. So that's there's nothing else really than just being thankful for this time.
Absolutely. And Marie?
Yeah, I think more than anything else, it's allowed me to sort of reconnect and reconstitute the relationships that I've had with my family. My kids are, gosh, they're 13 and 15 now, and my son, we just measured him, he's 6'2". Oh my
I can't get
gosh.
over that. I can't get over that.
He's 180 some odd pounds.
Ay,
Oh
Dios
my,
mío.
How old is he?
15.
15.
Just
6
turned
to 15.
1.5, yeah. And
God.
so, and you know, so they're growing. Clearly, they're growing, and they're growing very quickly. And my daughter's now a little bit taller than me, and so just seeing them and being very present because they're growing into very distinct people, and so that's
Yeah.
and I'm attuned to that. So it's allowed me to sort of monitor that and give them what they need when they need it. And you know, Michael and I are working on ourselves and our home and our company, and you know, just seeing this organization being a part of it when it is now at this point in its history, that it allowed it's allowing all of us to sort of bring our expertise, and it's like, well, we want to create an event. It's like, okay, let's put an event together, and sort of we all sort of marshal our expertise to support that person as we put this together. And so that's these. I don't know if it would have been this, not necessarily easy, but we would be open to such possibility if we weren't under these types of conditions. And so, you know, and I'm healthy, being an asthmatic, I'm still very healthy. I get tested every month at Chapman for COVID because I teach there. And so in person, but my students Zoom in, and still testing negative, which is great.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of good, you know, despite what's happening in the world. Things that are sort of in my sphere of control are good.
Yeah,
something.
I agree with you. I really do think that this situation has asked a lot of us and asked us to see the possibilities and to learn a lot of new skills. And that has been great. And to get close with our family. So I really echo all things that all of you have said, because we're just lucky to still be able to see each other's faces and be together in this way. So I'm very thankful for that.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to give an opportunity to each of the board members to report whatever they wish to share in terms of each of their roles. As I mentioned, my main roles have been to work together as a unit with everyone and to be supportive of the different events, and also the national, which is going through its own growing pains and experiences during this time. But I'm very thankful for the local efforts we were able to do in helping uh, a food organization, an organization in Puerto Rico during COVID, and the efforts that we've had in supporting our members with our different events, as well as civic. Marjorie, did you have some things to share on the calendar, events or activities with the members?
Sure. So as Anaida mentioned earlier, some of the events that we've been trying to put out for everybody, for the members, and they have all been, I think, excellent in terms of the quality of the work that has been put out there. And if you have not had the chance to go live to these events, we have them in the website. Gloria has been putting them there. I think you can easily be able to see where they are, and there are recordings of all of those events. Moving forward, we're trying to really work on a quarterly basis, not no further than that, because things have been changing so fast. And I think that's what we established last time, that we're just gonna start working in terms of quarterly kind of looking forward what we will be doing. So the next one is going to be next week, the parranda, and I hope the 13th, the virtual parranda. So I'm hoping that you all join us. It's going to be a beautiful event. We kind of thought about a lot of the things. We tested what we could do, what we could not do. So hopefully you will be able to join us and celebrate with your families. Anaida mentioned that we were thinking to do the scholarship this year, but due to the timeline, it was going to be very difficult. So we postponed it, and we are starting again next year in January. We're going to open a committee, and we're going to let you know. So those of you who would be interested in being part of the committee for the scholarship, just know that it's coming soon, and you will hear from that. So if you're interested, let us know. We would need members to join some committees that we really want your engagement. So this would be great opportunities. Another thing that is probably coming up soon, and it's another event that we will be doing. It's a contemporary Puerto Rican women artists. And we've been thinking about it, and that's coming up soon as well. So stay connected through the social media, and Gloria is going to talk about that very soon. So other than that, give us your ideas. Let us know what you want to see. Take a look at what we've already done on our website, so you know what we can do. And if you have other ideas, let me know, so we can integrate your wants and your wishes into some form of the events that we're doing. So with that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Gloria?
Well, I want to first of all thank you all for the opportunity to be a member. A year ago, when I took the second vice president position, I really had no clue what I was gonna do. I had an idea of things I wanted to learn. I for the new members, or even people who haven't had this type of positions, I've learned a lot, and I've learned about websites. I didn't know anything when I just basically got the sign on and the password, and I just started, and it's been great. I mean, I have a long way to go. Same with the Instagram and our YouTube channel. But it's been really great. We're doing small steps, but I know we're going to the right direction, which is all that matters. And very excited about it. This year, I had the opportunity to create like some small social media campaigns. Like when we were close to doing the Toast to Tenacity, we had done a presentation of famous Puerto Rican women. So from that, I started sending the famous Puerto Rican women updates every Sunday on our Facebook and Instagram. Also on our YouTube channel, I mentioned it to our board last week, and we've had about 230 hits on the Y Tu Abuela presentation and all the other events. So people are going and seeing our events. So that's just a great, how can I say, it's something that it's kept, it's a historical document, and it's a living document that we can all continue, go back and see if we need to. So lots of great things. I was talking with the board that maybe we should bring back to life the a quarterly newsletter. So that's a new project that maybe we need to get a new name, or maybe the old name, or new ideas, and maybe do a quarterly one. That would be great. So I'm just blessed. I've learned so much. And I've had so much fun with these ladies. I mean,
And you've done an amazing job. If this is new, I can't
Wonderful.
wait to
with
see what
me.
it
I apologize.
Holy moly, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting there, but it's been a lot of fun. I think
Yeah.
we can feel the energy. It's really good.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's true that this as Marie said, being in this virtual mode has kind of put us in a new wave of how we can interact. And I don't think we'd ever have an event with 250 people if we had just done our traditional little NACOPRW events in Southern California. The maximum maybe 25, 30 people that would come. But to have, the virtue of spreading the word, and to have people from Texas and New York and all over learning about us, I think it's been another blessing. Sonia?
So, obviously, the thing, well, let me go a little bit over where we're at, but of course, my whole thing has been fundraising, and Coquito is always a big one for us. It's a little harder because we're indoors and we can't be out there trying to promote it and sell it. But with the help of my husband, we probably have put together like maybe 25 bottles of Coquito, and Ida's taken some to help me deliver them to my old location in Orange because I'm in Temecula.
And I'll be the next round making.
But
another.
yeah, so sold, we have like 39 bottles, which is fantastic. The bottles are beautiful, and we're giving twice as much as before for the same $30. And as long as we can somehow, whenever anybody buys anything, just guide them to the website to pay through PayPal. It also exposes them to our website. They have to go in there, they see it, and it'll be a lot easier to collect money that way. This way, we don't have to worry about seeing each other that much, seeing people, not each other. We have spent about $1,146 so far in, bank expenses and supplies and all that stuff. But that's pretty good for this year. We've spent a lot more in the past. But just by the sale of the Coquito that Anaida and I have been able to so far do, we'll be able to still, profit that $1,000, which is our focus for us to be able to do the scholarship, even though it's been postponed. I just wanted everybody to feel comfortable that the money is there for us to be able to do that. So if that's pretty much the dues. Of course, we discussed that briefly. It would
And
be,
the total you said.
oh, yeah. So let's say taking out the expenses, and if we could replace that money that I've sold, we'll still, how I always like to state, well, in the past, we like to stay at the $3,000 range to $3,200, and we'll be back there again. And that is including gifts that we've given, and don't forget to, we did the $50 to each of the people that participated in our forum. So including all those expenses. So we'll still get back to, and when we end the year, to stay at that 3,000 plus number, which from what I hear through most of the other chapters is pretty good, because a lot of the chapters don't have any money at all. So, and to be honest with you, it's because we've always had a little cushion from past fundraising. So that if anybody else has any orders, I don't know, Anida is going to be mass producing more bottles this week so, to bring to get to Gloria and Marjorie,
Yeah.
right? And that'll be 20 bottles.
Yeah, we'll have the fabrica in my house, and then we'll put them in the fridge, and we could, you know, distribute or pick up. Marie's gonna,
I'll pick them up.
Marie as well. So we'll be distributing from there. The small bottles, we did get Anna is buying for all her staff. She's gonna buy 20 of the small ones at $20. So
15, I think we could.
no, 20.
Oh, she agreed to that? Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
for
and
her.
at $15. Yeah, we gave her a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit of a discount because she's
Oh.
buying 20.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be very helpful.
But even the bottles I have sold the same thing. Oh, that's a great gift. And one finance director, she's giving one to each of her finance managers. She's like a West Covina. She's not even near here, but she's ordered from us in the past, and she wants to do that again. She goes, it worked wonderfully for her, takes that headache away from her worrying what to give her managers. So hopefully, and I have customers too that have asked. The only other thing, of course, we have to submit a report at the end of the year. We do the quarterly and we do the annually, and I will be sending a copy to all of you so you could look it over, and that will be very detailed as far as the expenses are concerned. And then there's one more thing that I wanted to cover, and that is that we've been with B of A, and B of A charges us $16 a month to keep our account, and it's just really to hold our money. But when I was at my bank, which is US Bank, I was talking to the guy in casual conversation. He was telling me, I was telling him about our organization. He goes, we don't charge anything. I said, really? So I said, I will be coming to see you very soon. So if everyone's okay with that, of course, I don't think anybody's gonna not want that. I will be moving that account, and then I'll make arrangements with one of you, whether it be I thought maybe Marjorie, because you're not as far as everybody else, or whatever, to meet at the same time at another US bank, so that we can have one. We need one more signature.
Yeah.
We know one. So I could have myself and one more signature to the checking account. Okay. So as far as that said, if you could, anybody else has any orders, that will be wonderful. We will work as hard as we have to make them for you. It's been a challenge with the bottles, but I've even had my daughter running around picking up bottles for me. So sell
Everybody's
whatever you
working.
can. Sell whatever. Yeah. If you could sell, we'll get them to you somehow.
Yeah, let us know. But we're keeping it kind of local because we don't have the capability necessarily to do massive numbers, but at least we can get at least 50 or 60 or even 70. So Marie?
Yeah, and a good transition to that is I sent the flyer, which I'm glad that we have, to a friend of mine. His name is Ruben Alvarez, and he actually runs the newsletter called Stay Connected OC. He has over about 125,000 people that subscribe to that. And so I just sent it to him, the flyer.
And you told him just for you.
Right. And he says, oh, I can put it in my next newsletter. I said, don't do that. because it goes throughout Orange County. So it's, San Clemente all the way up to Huntington Beach, east to Westminster. He's got folks everywhere. And I said, word of mouth, Ruben. Just
and because
and other people.
as quantities last because there's just a certain, it's been
Right.
people getting the bottles, it's been,
Correct. And that's what I told him, that because of COVID and, one of the things that we ran across, one of the stopgaps is that the bottles are hard to find. And it's probably because of the issues with China and imports and things like that. And so the bottles just really aren't there for us to take advantage
And also
of.
just delivering, you know what I mean? Just
Right. And I
just if
told
the
him that
person says,
too.
I'm gonna order 10 bottles from you, you know,
Right.
it's like he would have to also be willing to pick them up from.
Right, and I told him
us.
that too. We're doing location drop off. So mine is at Chapman and other people in other places. And so we don't have the capacity to mail and we don't have the capacity to deliver. And so I explained all that to him. He says, okay, don't worry about it. But I said, but next year we might. And he says, don't worry about it. Let me know. I'll put your flyer in to one of the cycles that he puts early on maybe in late November or early December, so that we get a sense already of people ordering and we can sort of spread the work
yeah,
across
exactly.
all of us and just have a longer runway to prepare for this and maybe make a little bit more money. And so I've got a friend that will help us with the promotion of the coquito, but he'll be buying a couple of bottles, and he lives close by, so we'll be able to meet up at Chapman. And
Well, thank you so much for everybody committing to at least do, 5 to 10. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That'll get us there.
And I've got a couple of people at Chapman, 3 people at Chapman that I sent it to, and I told them I'll be doing it during the week. And I sent it to a couple of my academic friends at UC Irvine, and so I'm reaching out to people that know me directly that are very excited about the coquitos
We're
available again.
50 and we're there. So anything beyond this point is utopia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm making myself responsible for them coming to me to get their bottles and so those types of things. So with regards to membership, we are at we have 18 members, including the numbers from the board members as well. And we've created an interest list. We've got about 3 people on that interest list. So if you've got anyone who's interested in being part of the NACOPRW-SOCAL, please let them know, send their information to me. Put my email in the chat box so that you have it. And I will give them a sense of the organization, send them a membership form, and include them in the interest email listserv that we send out to let them know about the events that we have going on and those types of things. Let's see.
Terrific. Yeah, I really appreciate all that keeping those lists, because it'll keep us current, and as people, because I think the challenge for us is when people pay, everybody doesn't pay at the same exact time. So it's just like maintaining those lists current. It's always a challenge. So.
Yeah, and about once a year we do an audit of the members to make sure that we have an email that works, or a preferred email, and if the cell phone number is changed, and your preferred way of being contacted. So if it's email or regular mail, we make note of that so that we don't harass you or send you notes in ways that you won't have access to, or you don't ordinarily check. So we do those audits periodically throughout the year. So that's when you hear us calling you or sending you a text or those types of things. It's just us doing some housekeeping with regards to the member list, make sure everything's good. We do that. That's built in when we do the membership due payment. We ask for you to update your information. But if you're sort of off cycle like Marcel is, we still do that type of housekeeping just to sort of catch anyone that that's a little off cycle with regards to membership payment.
Marie, thank you for mentioning that, because we just did a campaign to update members' personal information. So if you have any updates, just send them our way, and we'll update. If you want to add your address, phone, prefer email, we may have, maybe you prefer to change the email where you receive notification from us. All of those things, just let us know. Thank you, Marie, for saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I just wanted to update. Thank you, Marie. So I just thank you all. I wanted to just mention 2 things on the national level. The national convention, which is held annually to bring together representatives from all of the chapters of NACOPRO throughout the country is canceled. In lieu of that, we'll be having each chapter take on a theme, and they'll be doing an online presentation. And so our presentation will be around Mother's Day next May. So we'll inform you about that, and we'll also inform you about what Chicago is doing, or New York, or Miami, all the different chapters. So if you want to log on, you'll be able to see. Our national president, Vilma Colom, unfortunately did get COVID, and she was in the hospital, quite ill. Thank God she made it through and was able to come home. Just to give her a little. She was not able to taste or to smell for so long, and she missed Puerto Rican coffee and tastes of everything. And so we sent her from Brands of Puerto Rico. We sent her a parranda box that had pan sobao, Puerto Rican coffee, and dulcecitos de Puerto Rico, all these different things. And she said it brought her to tears. She was very thankful that we remembered her and appreciated the thought. And now she's kind of back online to try to get fully healed so she could continue to work. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that Taste of Tenacity and the work that's being done in women's rights through Vision 2020, of which I'm a delegate, and Marjorie represented us in the national celebration of the 100th year of the women's suffrage movement. We were able to have a lot of exposure through that, by the way, in their national website. And so between our work and the work Gloria has been doing, and the Vision 2020, which has members throughout the country from many different places, NACOPRW-SOCAL is getting to be well known, and we're really happy about that. So I thank everybody for that. I just, we're getting close to, our time. So I want to make sure that we remember that next Sunday at 4 o'clock, I believe is the time, we have the parranda that's going to be virtual. I think Maria is going to be sending, if she hasn't already, some links to recipes that are Puerto Rican, so that if you want to prepare something and have it with you while we get into our little party mode, you can have the food there in front of you, or if you want to have a drink, a piña colada, whatever you want to make, that you do that. And we'll have Ana Jimenez playing the guitar. We will be sending a cancionero, as well as having a short PowerPoint presentation on La Parranda with the words and some bombas as well. And if you want to bring an instrument to play on your own, a maraca or guiro, whatever, it'll be online, but it'll be fun, and we'll be able to get into the holiday spirit before Christmas actually hits. So
even if it's just us.
Yeah, it'll be a slow roller, and we'll record it, and we could put it on our we could put it on social media and all, and I think people will just have fun listening to the women sing. And if you want to have your family behind you playing and joining in, well, invite them as well, and we can make
Christmas decorations, hats, pava. Se quiere poner una pava, una
wear something, una flor, whatever it is that you want to feel.
T-shirts.
Una bandera you could wave. I mean, whatever.
Everything. All out, yes.
All out.
We're going all out. So is there any other announcement or anything that you would like to share before we close? Or did I miss sharing anything about our meeting next week? Is everything
I can think of? Yeah.
How often are the meetings? When are the meetings? Monthly meetings?
The member meetings are not as often as the board meetings, because we know that people have been busy in the past. And so ideally, we used to have, when we were live, like a meeting every other month or every 3 months. And then in between, we would have some sort of an event. On some occasions, we had meetings that were tied to events. But this year has been really, really unusual. But the board meets once a month. And sometimes we have a special meeting. So sometimes we meet twice a month.
But what we've been
And then the
doing,
members,
Mhm. I'm sorry,
Huh?
go ahead.
The members
no, I
what?
was just gonna say, in the members meetings, you just let us know when you're gonna have the next one. It's
Yes. So if
Yeah.
we either
Okay.
advise you about an
Parranda
event,
next.
we advise you about an event or about a meeting.
Mhm,
So that the focus of the parranda is the next one. That's
mhm,
the next
mhm.
Yeah,
event.
that's an
Okay,
event.
yes.
That's an event, but I would like everyone to.
And then
Right,
we're
that's it.
thinking March for the artist event, which is what happens is, if we do too many meetings and events together, we find that, a lot of our members are professional or they're busy. And so it's hard to be on that often, but we try to touch base in some way.
Mhm.
Yeah, we try to have quarterly member meetings, and then in and among that, there are events and which also members are invited to. And so,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Mentioning of
That
members.
sounds good, thank you.
Yeah, from now, I think what do you think is a fair time? Let's say that we say to the members, your dues are due in December till
The end of
January.
the end of January. Okay, so
Mhm.
we'll know that by then I should be looking at what we have.
Yeah, we could probably send a notice out now. Maybe you and Marie can work on maybe
Okay.
get that out so that they know that, so and remind them of the amounts and
Mhm. Okay.
And Grisel, do you have our social media accounts so you can follow us and get updated on any events and things like that? Yes?
Nils is gone.
No, Grisel?
Oh, Grisel. Okay.
Mhm.
Grisel, did you hear what Margie was asking? Oh, I think she's
I don't
frozen.
see her. Oh,
She's
no,
froze.
she's there. She might be having problems with the internet.
Yeah,
She had
yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I can email her, or I
Okay.
think we did. And Sol, you've been receiving also, you've been getting all the information that we've been
Okay, yeah,
sending?
I'll look you up and sign up.
Oh, yes, I have. I believe I have. It comes from Marie.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, I think
okay.
Grisel is also trying to say
Yeah,
something.
Grisel is trying, yeah.
Grisel, are you back on?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me? I'm done. I received the meeting notice.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what, Grisel, did you hear what Marjorie was asking you? Because you froze.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Marjorie, did you want to ask?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you have our social media account so you can get connected with us and get all the information of the events that we're having. We're trying to put an event every month, that's what we've been trying to do. Yeah, and as we close this year and move forward to the next one, I think we're gonna be more active as well. And we're going to ask members to join some of the committees. So stay tuned. And
Okay, I got
okay.
it. I see it here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think one of our goals is to have more of the members actually engage with us in planning and doing the activities. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, 4 o'clock next week. Come with your crazy attitude and happiness of the Boricua style. So we can celebrate La Parranda. And if you do, especially those of you who are not on the board, like Sol and Grisel, if you want a coquito, I don't know what Nilsa had to, I guess, get off, or maybe she lost our connection.
No, she said she had to
You
leave.
had to
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah, she
So,
had to go.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we can send a notice out, Marie, maybe with that flyer that you have to just in case anybody wants to put in an order.
Yep.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
And I'm in Irvine, so I can pick up by.
Oh, great.
I'm in Irvine, so I can pick up in Orange, I guess.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
and
Or we can
Anaida,
meet in Irvine. I live in Irvine too.
Anaida, and do you wanna? Are you gonna put like a deadline by when the order should be done?
We'll
you
be
think?
finished making, we had said the 10th. We had said
Okay.
the 10th was our goal to
Okay.
finish making them by then so they could be distributed by, because then Christmas comes. But we thought that if the demand is greater, we don't want to do like 200, but if the demand is greater, we can do another run for Dia de Reyes. And
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
A good idea.
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
If
Okay.
anybody wants
So
that.
ideally by the 10th, so if we could just get a notice out and just say, please let us know if you want
Mhm.
something, we'll put it on, but we always have to say quantities are limited and will be distributed as available because we're only like a few people, so it's hard for us to do, you know, like a high demand. I know that has happened with internet that sometimes you start with something and you say, oh, I have this product, and then you have 500 requests and you go, I can't do 500. So if we put that as a caveat, you know, we always just say, you know, as the quantities last or something like that, it protects us from people getting angry at us.
But if you have someone that wants, like, says, oh, I'd like to give that, you know, to my employees, just give something, and it's a special order, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to make more. So that's not a problem. My husband's like groaning in
Well,
the
I look forward to
my husband's groaning in the background because he made the last 19 bottles. It took him an entire day because, believe it or not, this is a silly thing, but sanitizing those bottles, he actually boils water like a tea kettle.
It takes
They
time.
wash it and do it, and it just takes time.
We
you
always
know?
did that. We always make
But the
sure everything has
sanitizing the bottle is like a freaking
Yeah.
nightmare.
Well, and it's a process, but I think in the end, people are happy and,
Uh-huh.
but we just have to not
Mhm.
be too enthusiastic about getting so many orders that we can't fulfill.
No, but we want them to be special so that
So,
people say these are the
all
best.
right, all right.
All right.
I want to get,
Let's
I want to
see.
get some because I want to taste it.
Ah,
Yeah.
Well,
I
thank
can't
you.
wait. I can't wait for my bottle.
Okay,
There you
well,
go,
thank
my
you.
darling.
All right, well, thank you so much.
On Sunday, we will have the coquito for Sunday, no?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you mean- We may, but I don't know if we'll be able to distribute that. It will be made by the 10th. It'll be made by the
I
10th
get it. Okay, okay.
because I'm gonna work on it this
We'll
week.
figure it out. We'll
But
figure it out.
if it's, but if, because the ones that Sony has made are basically already sold.
mm,
Pretty much
True.
sold them. So those are gonna be distributed and then we'll work on this set and at least our members, I think, should get priority for the parranda. And then, you know, we could make sure, I'd love for it to be done like the week, all distributed the week right after the 13th so that we by Christmas, we're not worried about that
Yeah,
anymore.
you want to do them now. You don't want to wait. Yeah.
So we don't want to worry about that after, you know, that period, okay? But
Sounds
thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to joining us today. And we'll follow up if anybody has last words with, we're willing to say thank you, un abrazo, hasta la
Yeah.
semana que viene.
Just as a reminder, the paying of the coquito, just send them to our webpage and
Yeah.
pay to PayPal, please.
Yeah, and those details are on the flyer that's posted.
Yeah, and if they could also send an email along with that so that we know how many bottles, like, you know, and
I see.
I know it says, yeah, so we know. But also there are some people that don't like to use PayPal and that I like to write a check. So
That's fine.
we
That's
do
fine.
have a new, they just need to let us know so that if they pay with a check or cash, that, you know.
We take cash, everything.
But they do it at delivery. Yeah, we've always done cash in the past.
Yeah, we
it's
do it at
just that-
delivery,
But once we deliver the bottles, we'd like to get paid.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
want to
of course.
follow
Yeah.
anybody else who needs so.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, un
Ciao,
besote.
everyone.
Take
All
care.
right, the
Bye.
meeting's adjourned.
Yeah.
Meeting
care.
adjourned.
Thank you.
And
Take care.
4:17, thank you for
Bye.
staying a little over the time, so I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Anaida.
So
Thank
we
you.
Bye.
you, but
Love you, Sol.
I love you too, honey. I'll call you.